Okay, well, I said I wouldn't bore anyone with this part, but why not? I mean, if someone wants to watch it, more power to them. So I'm unplugging this, and here's the Home Depot plug. There's a close-up on that puppy. Okay, this was wrapped around the thing. It says something about this is a dryer cord. See if we can get that. Range and dryer power supply. So this is a very common one, and I don't know why Tesla doesn't give you I almost ordered the $200 set of 7 plugs that I showed earlier. I want to show that again since it's another video. Right there, this thing here. So as you see, you know, you pay a lot of money. This is a $200 set right here, and someone stepped on a duck. And right here you see there's none of these will fit that wall right now. This is the closest one, but it's got that L-shaped earth. And you know, someone who paid $200 thinking I'll just get them all, still didn't get the right one, which it'll look like this. So real quick, or real slow, I don't know, I'm going to cut this right here, cut a small length of this, and wire it into this guy right there. Okay, get the dikes out. All right, let's go a foot of 6 gauge here. See how quickly I can. Now, 6 gauge wire is not that easy to cut, looks like, even with these super DeWalt dikes. That's just the proper word for these things. I don't want to hear anybody. Anyway, yeah, so that's all the way through. See how quickly I can get this wired up. 6 gauge wire is a thick piece of copper wire. According to my electrician next door, the proper gauge for even the biggest one of these chargers, 8 gauge is enough. So this piece of 6 gauge here should be tons enough. And as I said before, the biggest, this is the most I can do, pulling 8 miles an hour out of this plug here. As I said, with this thing. So I'm happily wasting this 20 bucks from Home Depot. I'll probably do something else with this, but quickly wire this up. Yeah, this isn't going as quick as I thought. Already at the 420 mark. Okay, well, okay, and according to my electrician next door, this isn't like house current where you got the small one is live and the big one is neutral, as you know, or maybe you don't. But So let's go about stripping this. About a 1/2 inch of it stripped. Maybe it's a job for the carbon fiber knife. It's a nice Christmas present. Shout out to my buddy Val who gave me that. Let's see. Stripping the old 6-gauge wire, trying to film it through my phone. See if I can't cut myself. I should be able to film it and look at it live like that. Yeah, that's better. That's only slightly safer. Anywho, 6-gauge wire. That is some thick ass wire. Apparently the earth doesn't need to be 6-gauge. But it's probably important, and I imagine the charger that can detect temperature at the plug is not going to let you not plug it into the earth. So probably an important one. Go with a nice ½ inch of strip. Should have got some strippers. Anyway, phone just told me I had a low battery. All right, wiring up to this. Turns out I should have made one of these shorter. Check it out, about there. Okay, strip in the middle again. Okay, can't wait to see what this does. The thing is, once it's, oh, I guess I can always show you at the car. Just thinking I had to see what it says on the phone about charging, but once I got this plugged in, I'll be able to just look on the dashboard of the car. All right. I just feel like I should put a little solder on these puppies. Got them opened up nice. We get to get them, all 3 of them at once. Every strand plugged in all at once. Well, every strand but this little one right here. Crap. Well, I'll do the OCD thing later. Just get this video done. Been 10 minutes already. Didn't think it would take that long. So this setup is normally just fine with 8 gauge. It's a nice 6 gauge dryer cable. 6 is bigger than 8. I'm sure they don't have that kind of paradox with European measures. They probably just have millimeters of wire thickness, which will probably tell you exactly what you need to know without 6 being greater than 8. It isn't too bad. What I got a problem with is 13/64. Measurements like that, and then decimal inches. Come on, can't we just switch to the metric system already? Alright, so this is well plugged in. I guess it doesn't matter which is which. Apparently there's 110 on each side, so 220 or 240, whatever it is. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Alright, drum roll. Let's find out. Let's find out what happens. And get this properly insulated. What on earth could be dangerous about this? Yeah, there you go. There it is. Safe enough. We'll tape it later, or put this clamp on there later. Okay. That's in there. Take the one they send you home with out of this beautiful piece of circuitry. Okay. Plug in the $34. You can buy these one by one. I almost bought that $200 set. I would have been pissed. Buy a whole set and you don't have the one you need. Okay, so now for the first time plugged into this guy right here. Ready? Say hello to my little friend. Boom. Charge. And there it is, saying it's charging. The question is, how many miles per hour will we achieve? Normally I could look at that on my phone. There's no app for it on the computer. It's charging. As we see, it's charging nicely over here, flashing away. Now let's see what Tesla says. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was doing it better when I had the door closed. Darn it. Well, there it is. You can see it from here. It's saying it's pulling 32 amps. Earlier I saw it say 25 miles an hour, which is freaking awesome. And now it's telling me that my full road trip fill up is going to happen in less than 4 hours. I've got 21 miles an hour plus 2 miles, I don't know what that means. But it's pulling 32 amps at 240. Filthy car. So 240 volts, 32 amps. Mickey Mouse setup over here. Just, and like I said, when I, wait, 20 amps? Charging at 21 miles an hour, and earlier I saw 25 when it first plugged in. So this little Mickey Mouse setup right here, you know, of course I'm going to keep this. I mean, you never know when I'm going to have to just pull up to any old plug and charge it 3 miles an hour. It's really just not enough. And that's what they got the superchargers for. That is really fast and easy. And I can't say enough about this car now that I've owned it almost 3 months. For long road trips, you're basically babysitting a robot that drives better than you, okay? It's just insane. See, did I, 35 bucks? Yeah, I'd say that. I thought I said more. But, so, you know, we're using this plug here, the 650, but we're using it with a 30 amp circuit, and that should only get us 14 miles per hour. And we're actually getting 21, and when I first plugged it in I saw 25. So based on what I'm seeing here, I'm probably going to do it anyway, because I bought the parts and the 4 feet of wire, and even the, oh, that's what fell off. No, I'm really impressed with this whole thing. So I even bought the 2-pole 50 amp breaker, and of course all this stuff is coming from a huge photovoltaic array on the roof. So, you know, am I gonna pay my neighbor a case of beer to come over? I think I am, because it's just nice to have it right, especially as I've already bought the parts. But yeah, 4 feet of wire, put that nice plug in the wall with stainless steel backing, or I leave that very popular plug and outlet here. I have my small little Tesla setup here, which, you know, I can take with me anywhere. I basically got a nice setup, a really nice short length of plug. Got the bad boy in, and you know, the best this chart promises is here it is, Model X. I'm in a 30 amp circuit as far as I know, but so I'm gonna wait for stuff to heat up. But that 30 amp circuit is the best you can do with any of these 7 plugs that Tesla will sell you for 200 bucks. This whole set. This last bottom 2 are the 2 best, and I picked this one. So as far as I know, what's coming out of the wall here is, it can be 50 amps, but I think on the under end of this, right behind this wall, there's a circuit breaker, and it's not one of these. It's one of these that looks just like this, but it says 30 amp. So, I mean, maybe it's gonna throw the breaker at some point. Maybe some of this stuff's gonna get hot. I doubt it, because, well, not from here, because there's good contact. That's 6 gauge wire. This is designed for 50 amps, and none of this is getting hot. And the best Tesla tells you can get from 650 in a Model X is 20 miles per hour. And I'm super impressed because it's charging at 21 miles an hour. Now it says plus 4 miles. 240 volts, 32 amps. I mean, I thought I needed 50 amps to get that kind of 20 plus miles an hour charging. So, boy, I hope this hack is helpful to somebody, because, and you know, maybe I'll wait to pronounce myself and publish this video once the whole it tells me that in 4 hours I'm going to be top to the brim, ready for a road trip, 100% charged, which I don't do every day because they tell me that's a bad thing to do. So there it is. You know, 3 hours remaining. It's nighttime. I'm not wearing sunglasses. There's a lot of miles to go to get to San Diego, and this thing's charging very nicely. 241 volts, plus 5 miles an hour. It's flicking back between 21 and 20. 21 miles an hour now, 5 miles. I don't know what that plus 5 means, but all I know is it says in less than 4 hours this is going to be topped up. So I'm actually really pleased. I thought I wouldn't get more than 14 because it's 30 amp in the back of here. It's just a 30 amp, so it was supposed to be 14 max mileage gain per hour of charge. So somehow my max is 21, and it says plus 5 for some reason. So there it is. I'm actually going to probably leave this alone and keep these parts on hand, because you just can't have enough parts on hand. And actually I could just pack them up and take them back to Home Depot. I know they're not going to take my 4 foot of 8 gauge wire. This was 10 bucks. Hey, copper's going to go up a lot. Buy copper. All right. Oh dear.